Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we are going to start with week 3 of process data from dirty to clean, and this will be the third challenge in this course, and this is the fourth course in the Google Data Analytics certification. So I'll proceed with the answers now. So the first question is, a data analyst is analyzing medical data for a health insurance company. The data sets contains billions of rows of data. Which of the following tools will handle the data most efficiently? So, when we are talking about big data, billions of rows, a presentation is not going to be helpful. A word processor is not going to handle that, and a spreadsheet is going to take a lot of time in the analysis. So, SQL will handle it most efficiently because it is meant to handle that kind of data. Second, in which of the following situations would a data analyst use SQL instead of spreadsheet? So when recording queries and changes throughout a project, so when we want to have an logs for the project, we can use SQL instead of spreadsheet. When working with huge amount of data, as in the previous question we discussed that as a spreadsheet can you handle it, but there will be some complexity and there will be some time consumption in that. But with SQL we don't have that kind of problems. Third will be when a quickly pulling information from many different sources in a data set. So when we have to run the query or something like that, we can use SQL much better instead of spreadsheet. Third is a data analyst runs a query to extract some data from a database for further analysis. How can the analyst save the data? So when a SQL query is run, there is a seed generated. On that, we have the privilege that we can export the data, and we can create a new table for the data also. We can create some temporary table also. We can have many functionalities. So these two options are correct. So the fourth question is, you are working with a database table that contains invoice data. The table includes the column invoice ID and customer ID. You want to remove duplicate entries for the customer ID, sort the results by invoice ID. So uh, when when you run this, you'll have a set of customer ID. So total of 25 came out of 59 because there were some duplicate also. We have selected distinct here. So it will give only the distinct customer ID from invoice, and we are going to order it. We need the 12th entry. As a question, you can see in row 12 of your query result. What customer ID appears in the row 12 of your query results? So I think the query has changed at the time. You can see that, yeah, here in the row 12 we have 16th customer ID. So correct answer will be 16. You can just execute that query and have a look at it. You'll understand how it is working actually. Fifth question is, you are working with a database table that contains customer data. The table includes column about customer location such as city, state, country, and postal code. You want to check for the postal codes that are greater than 7 characters long. So there is a query. You can just run it, and you will have the data accordingly. Now, we have to look in the question, that is, what is the last name of the customer that appears in row 10 of your query result? So row 10, we have to count it manually. That will be Phil. The last name is Hughes. So the answer is Hughes. You can look in the queries. You can have a clear idea how it is working. It is taking the length of the postal codes. Postal codes here. We have the postal codes here. If it is greater than 7, it is filtering out the results, and you have to look for the data accordingly. Sixth question is, in SQL databases, what type of data refers to a number that contains a decimal? So in integer we don't have decimals. In a string we don't have decimals. We have decimals, but it can be considered in characters, not in integral form. We have booleans which cannot contains which can contains decimal if it has two values, but the answer will be float because the correct answer according to the question will be float. Seventh is the cast function can be used to convert date data type to date time data type. Yeah, that is correct. When we are using cast in SQL, what it is doing is it is converting the data into the cast functions, and date is the correct term to use here. So that is correct. Eighth will be the underscore function can be used to return non-null values in a list. So coalesce is the key which return non-null values, and you can look into it. It is a quite good functionality that SQL provides to deal with the null values. Ninth one is working with a database table that contains employee data. The table includes columns that about employees, locations such as so on. So what we will do is we'll run the query once. Yes. What employee ID number appears in row 5 of your query result? So employee ID in row 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 is the correct answer, as you can see from the results also. So yeah, the this test was basically about SQL and how it is better from Excel and as other tools. So you can look into it, and I hope that you have liked the video. Please do subscribe to the channel. I'll be uploading many more videos like this in future. Thank you.